Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your podcast for everything rocks.
Coming to you every Thursday 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell. Let's get rockin'.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, where we talk everything rocks with some of Lapidary's most influential and creative people just like you. We are a group of professionals, hobbyists, novices, and DIYers that talk with the most about rocks. Talk rocks, woo, with all of you guys. From beginner to master, we bring something for everyone. So if you love rocks, you'll definitely love us. So what do we do here? We talk, we teach, we learn, we talk, and we rock. So every week we do a live giveaway for our live viewers. So drop your comments in the comment section. That's how you enter. We'll keep track of everybody that's leaving a comment. Let us know where you're coming from, where you're at, how you're feeling, all that good stuff, and we'll get you entered for the giveaway. Be sure to share the video out to anyone you know who loves rocks and learning. We meet here every Thursday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So let's get right to it. Let's introduce the co-hosts. My name's Courtney King. I'm with CNS Services, Cabs and Stones. I'm going to bring Ryan on next. Hi, Ryan.
How's it going, everybody? I'm
you?
Ryan with Glacier Bros. Me and my little brother Andrew run Glacier Bros. We do live shows on Facebook. We sell rough and slabs and other assorted goods, but I know a lot about stones, and I will help anyone if you ever have questions.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Ryan. I'm going to bring Dave on next. Hi, Dave.
Well, hello, everybody. How you doing, Courtney, Ryan? Good to see
Hey,
you.
how's it going, buddy?
Far. Good to see you.
Doing all right. Hey, for those out there in Rockland, I'm Dave. We are Rock Tumblers for Autism on Facebook. We buy rock tumblers and give to kids who have autism. Come over and visit us. Plus, we like to talk about rocks.
Absolutely. Very nice. Thank you, Dave. Let's bring Matt on next. Hey, Matt. Nope, got your sound, baby. Unmute yourself.
There it is.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Matt. Let's start that again. Hi, Matt.
I'll get my headset plugged in here in a second, but I'm Matt with Redbeard Rocks. I do a little cabin, a little slabbing, little fiddling around. Glad to have everybody tonight. Should be a good show. Kersten is in the hot seat tonight.
There you
Yes,
go.
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be an exciting show. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to bring on our last co-host now, and then I'll bring Kirsten on. Brad. Hi, Brad.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
Brad,
Look at him, man down on the job.
That's why I was late. That's why I was late getting here, is everything turned sideways on me, and I thought I had it fixed until just now.
Here, Brad. Here, Brad. You won't be alone. I'll sit like this the whole show.
Still like this. We're all a little twisted. There you go.
There, I got it.
You're narrow, but you're good.
You can't say we don't have fun.
I will deal with the camera issue later, obviously. So anyway, I'm Brad. I own JBB Rocks. We also are started doing live shows on Facebook. I'm a sphere maker. We make and we sell pretty much anything you can find in a rock shop, we sell. So we're excited to be part of the group and get to visit with Kirsten tonight. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Sounds good. All right. Before I bring Kirsten on, I just want to say a couple things. About the show. We're here, like we said, every Thursday. Definitely like it, subscribe it, share it out, comment for the giveaway. Don't forget, we're also on Spotify. So Kirsten is the originator of this show. She is an amazing woman. She does a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of different mediums. She is an all-around artist and fabulous person. So we're really excited to get her in the hot seat and give her a little grilling today and see what her deal is. So without further ado, let's bring her on. Hi, honey.
Hello, hello. I'm so glad to be here.
How are you?
Every week.
Right? Wait, I'm trying to put you in the middle since you're the hot seat girl tonight. There we go. Uh-oh, she
No, what are
froze.
we doing?
Froze.
Oh, I'm not frozen. I'm not
Oh,
frozen.
No, that
you
was one
don't
of
want
those
to be
funny
in the
faces.
middle? You're the guest. You
No,
have
not
to
right
be in
now.
the middle. That's how it works.
Okay, maybe in a minute. Maybe in a minute. Let's talk about some other stuff before you put me in the hot seat real fast.
We don't have time for
Okay.
that. It's time for the hot seat.
Now,
That's right.
Right?
you guys have a million questions, I guess. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
I got to tell
we
you, I'm a little
do.
nervous. I'm the one that usually does the asking of the questions. And so having that role reversal, it's very weird. So, but I will get through
Right?
it and I will make sure that is fun and entertaining as best as I possibly can. Um,
There you go.
let's see. I just want to go through a couple things really fast. So, thank you to everybody who is subscribing to Spotify, to our channel there, and watching every episode. We are up to 25 subscribers, and that's honestly really good for a very small educational podcast. So, congratulations
Nice.
to you guys. And I just want to let the Spotify viewers know when they watch this on Friday, always uploaded Friday midday, that we are going to be putting together a very special giveaway just for you guys over there. So keep that in mind for our next season when we come back in the fall. This is actually episode number 10 of this season. And last season, we only did 12 episodes. So it kind of feels like we're getting to that point where we're a little burnout. So that's kind of why we put this episode in, just to kind of give us a rest and charge our batteries a little bit. And I know that you're going to see some really interesting things. Courtney's going to be sharing some photos that I submitted. I do have a little bit of experience with doing the podcast. Dave and I and Matt and Courtney, we actually had several seasons of podcasts from, we just had a different name. So if you do happen to get onto the YouTube channel and go to the live videos, you can go back and see some of our very old episodes where we talked about all kinds of random stuff. And it's kind of fun to go back and see how far we have come from when we very first started with
Yes,
Dave
from
and
the
I. So
beginning. Absolutely.
yeah, it's I go back and I watch them sometimes just to get a kick out of seeing it. So I just want to thank you guys, my co-hosts, for doing this show with me, because without you, we wouldn't really have that interesting of a show. You guys each bring something very interesting to the screen, and I just I'm eternally grateful for it. I do have a couple things to say about some other things. Let me check my notes really fast. I guess the last thing is I have been building suspense for you guys for what is to come, and I'm going to make the big announcement today, and that is every time between this episode and episode 19, which is right before our finale for this season, you're going to be entered. As long as you're commenting while we're live, you'll be entered into my great big giveaway. And that's going to be this giant piece of honeycomb calcite. Now, this material is very hard to come by now. It is not as easy as it once was. But if you can see the colors in that, it is absolutely stunning and beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay. And there will be things added to it every week, which is going to be fun. So you guys got to check back every week and see what I'm adding to my pile. So that's what it is. So just comment, and every week I will keep track of the names. I'll put you in a big spinny thing, and we'll pick the winner live on episode 20. So that's all I have to say.
Awesome. Good stuff.
for the rest of the show. I'm done.
Now you can.
No.
Now she
Not
cannot.
letting you get away that easy.
Here we go.
I'm going to make
Kirsten
faces
is
the
our
whole
guest
time.
tonight. So she's going to make faces and she's going to be silly and we're going to love every moment of it. So
Well,
if
well,
you
you
have
know-
any questions for Kirsten, throw them up in the comments and we'll
There you
we'll
go.
try and get to them.
Right.
But
And we'll put them on the
let's,
screen for
let's
everyone
start-
to see.
Yeah, we'll put them on the screen. So, I mean, I don't know. I've got so many questions for you, Kirsten. But I think one of the first, like, I don't know, I'm chronological in my own mind, right? So how did you get into a love of rocks and lapidary? Where did it all start?
Okay. Everybody pull up a seat. Get real close to the camera. I'm going to tell you a special story. So, my grandfather was, and my grandmother were avid rock collectors. What is really cool about that is they would get large pieces for just displaying in the garden. When they passed, I was able to get some of those pieces along with the history of where they came from. I have several pieces in my collection that come from national parks. And if you know that national parks, you are not allowed to take rocks from. But these are grandfathered in because they were collected before the national parks were formed. So, and then when I was in the 6th grade, my father gave me his rock collection. I was very into rocks. I would go with my mom to work, and then she worked at this mall, and I'd go to the toy store, and in the toy store, part of the store itself was set up as rock displays and rocks and very common things that you could find, tumbled amethyst and stuff like that. And I would sit there with the store owner and we would talk about rocks and she would teach me geology. And then I just got really into it. You know, I learned everything I could about all the rocks in my dad's collection and my collection. My dad used to take me out to the beaches in Alaska to hunt agates. One of my favorite places that I remember going many times, not just fishing, but rock hounding. That's Homer. So going out on the Homer Spit, which extends out into the ocean with all these bars and stuff. And we would just walk around and collect agates. And, you know, then many years passed. And my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and it hit me hard. And I thought really hard about what's going to be my legacy. What am I going to leave behind? Because I'm infertile. I don't have kids of my own. And I want to be remembered more than one generation. So I thought, you know, what if I shared all the information I have on YouTube? So that's why I'm here.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that answers
Yeah. Oh, my
part of
dad is in
some other
remission.
questions
So
I have.
yay.
Yay. That's
Yay.
awesome.
That's
That's
good.
awesome.
So
Very
I
cool.
just wanted to know,
So-
Kirsten, when you go agate hunting in Alaska, are those snow agates, rain agates, salmon agates, halibut agates? What do you
Halibut
find in there?
agates.
Halibut agates.
Halibut agates.
You do it just for the halibut, don't you?
And yes, just for the halibut. You know, Dave, I really caribou you.
Ah, that's hilarious. Where did you get Rockin' Raccoons from?
So I rebranded many times. I think I'm ADHD and I cannot stay with one thing for very long. So
Okay.
I decided one day, spur of the moment, that was going to be my name. And I actually invited my friend Jackie Binder, Mike's wife, to go ahead and create the Rockin' Raccoon logo for me. And she's awesome. I want to show you this. I commissioned her to make me a very special Christmas ornament this last Christmas. She got it perfect.
Look at that. Now that's
Oh,
awesome.
how cool is
That's
that?
Jackie
that.
Binder artwork right there.
She's amazing.
And
That's
it's
nice.
got
That's
do you
really
know what
cool.
kind of tree that is?
Uh-uh.
please, somebody recognize this tree.
Pine
It's like a
tree.
Christmas tree.
It is a little Debbie Christmas tree, guys.
a little Debbie Christmas tree.
Because I'm a-
Christmas tree.
I'm a fat
Little
girl,
Debbie.
and I will always be a fat girl.
I agree with you,
Mm.
Ray.
Sorry, I
I
dropped
mean, we've
it.
got so many
William Marcus says with
we've
moss
got
on it.
So many.
Moose on it.
Moose. He says with moose on it. Yes.
Moose on it.
So we've got so many questions, and I don't want to monopolize because you know I will. I'll just pick your brain all night. So, guys, questions?
Questions from the Peanut Gallery, or she's going to start showing
So-
my art.
So,
Who's your
Kirsten,
favorite
I
rock?
want to know because I know that you do rock. You just aren't rock person. You paint, you carve, you do everything. What is your favorite to do? Honestly,
Favorite medium.
there
I
you
can
go.
tell you honestly, I do not have a favorite medium because what I do is I learn everything I can about how to do something and I master it. And once I master it, I'm bored. I have to move on. So then I will eventually circle back to it. And each time I circle back, I'm better and better because I'm out learning other skills, leather work, that kind of helps like form ideas about wire working. It's weird how my brain works and how the connections are made, but every time I start a new project, I learn like an incredible amount about how to do other things, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
It does.
Tammy had a good
It
question.
does.
Oh, I see it.
Tammy.
What?
Tammy wants to know.
That's a good one.
Yep. Is it in the pictures we're going to show?
Yes, absolutely. So, Tammy,
Okay.
we'll put a pin in that, and I will definitely let you know. Speaking of Tammy, Ryan.
Okay,
Yeah, you wanna
so
do that
guys,
next?
this week's viewer spotlight is Tammy Hadasek.
Yay,
Just recently
Tammy.
started
Yay!
into Lapidary, and me and her were talking, and she's been talking to Kirsten too. She took this awesome stone from her local area and a Dremel and turned it into this awesome heart.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I thought
Yeah.
it was fantastic. Look at that! Look at that varnish.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Tammy,
Very
I'm
well
gonna tell
done,
you,
Tammy.
Look at this cab she
Yeah.
made.
That.
Too. It's just awesome.
the first time I tried to use
Very
a Dremel
nice,
on anything, I made an awful mess. That looks nice.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
she
You have
did a
natural
really nice
talent for
job.
this. Keep going. For sure. You have
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Tammy, I'm
amazing.
super proud of you.
Me too.
I am super proud of you. And thanks
Yeah,
for reaching out
yeah,
to me.
Very, very cool.
You go, anybody, now's a good time. You guys can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. You can send me a private message if you have questions. You can join my Dremel Lapidary group. I do so much more than just Dremel stuff, guys. So if you have questions about how to, use an angle grinder to do stuff, or, what concrete polish or how to polish big stones or flat laps, that sort of thing, I am always available.
Yep.
All right.
what she's
And I
talking
think that
about,
is
too.
true of all of us. Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
that's all of
yeah.
us. But since it's your
Mhm.
night specifically, yeah, absolutely. So let's, let's look at some of your stuff, and then we'll get back to the 40,000 questions that we have. What do you think?
Okay. I
Ready?
submitted so many photos. Do it like fast.
Okay,
Oh wow!
Okay. Oh, let me tell you.
that's a rock.
Look
Take
at that.
take that photo down. So that is a rock that I got from a dear friend. It is right here. Ha! Yeah, somewhere. Okay. So it is this rock right here. My friend Steve Holmes gave it to me, along with this part. This is what he calls an echo stone. So what he does is he takes the rough and he polishes one end with a window and makes a cab, and then he sticks them
Oh.
together.
Wow.
And so what that was from Steve Holmes. But how I got that, this is something I really want to talk about, is I ordered this microscope, this heavy-duty steel little microscope from Temu, T-E-M-U. You might have heard of it. This was $12, which is very expensive. Everything there is usually under $1. But it has white light, and it also has black light. I don't know if you can see that. The black light isn't the best. So I can actually stick an N365 flashlight, wherever that is, right here down in there. And then I set my camera on top and I zoom in and take the pictures. But what's really cool is it has like a grid, and see this amount of space. Most of these microscopes come with like maybe 5 to 6 millimeters. This is at least 12. So something I very highly recommend, and it's just an easy recharge. Yay. Thanks for sharing that.
I like it.
Sure. All right, next. What about this guy? Oh, was
I
that
wonder
taken
what
with
that
that
is.
too?
So I took that dinosaur bone. That is this cab, also from Steve Holmes.
Okay.
So
And you took it with the same little microscope thingy?
same microscope.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool. That's your new toy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Tammy
Yes,
says, thank you. I
currently.
cannot tell you how glad I am to be part of the Rock and Raccoon family. We are glad you are a raccoon, Tammy. Thank you.
That's right,
Thank
Tammy.
you for
Just
always being here with us.
yeah. All of you remember, without you, we wouldn't be a family. It would just be some hosts on a show.
That's right. That's right.
So that right there is a keychain. If you take the picture down, I can show you. So these are long keychains, and I love them because I lose my keys in my great big purse all the time, and I can reach down and feel for these. So that's kind of my project lately. I don't know if everybody here knows that I am disabled, so I spend a lot of time in bed, and I need things to keep me occupied or I will go nuts. So I've been making keychains and these they call it car jewelry. So you just hang
the
it
rearview mirror
around your
things, yeah.
and then it's got this nice glass at the bottom that, makes rainbows in the car when you're driving. So that's
Very
what I've been
cool.
making.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thank
There
you.
you go. And those are all for sale, correct?
I'm sold out actually right
Or
now, and I'm waiting a couple weeks to get some stuff made, and then I'll do another great big sale. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another
Dino
picture.
Bone.
That's really cool.
Look.
That
I
is a nice
love
color.
how when you can get into those cells, how you can see like inside
Yeah.
each cell has different stuff. Sometimes orbs, sometimes, just different things. It's very
Right.
cool.
Right. There's another. That's
There we go.
the car jewelry. Yep.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
What
You know,
are
and,
the
and they're
beads on
only
that?
$20. They're $20, and they're shipped for free. And they have lava stone on them that I have
that's what it was.
taken the wax coating off, so you're able to infuse oil on them. And when the sun hits it, it smells good in your car.
Oh, I like that idea.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural
Great
air
idea.
freshener.
I
Yeah.
love smelling good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That's
these
nice.
iris agates.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's
That's beautiful.
There's a big story about those iris agates, and that one is actually still available for $100 on my store. Rock and Raccoon Gem and Crystal Market, I think is what it's called. I could be wrong. But yeah,
And is
very
that
fun
Etsy?
stuff.
Is that website?
That's
what,
on Facebook.
what-
Yeah.
Facebook. Okay. Okay.
Somewhere I
Right, the
have one of
next
your
picture
iris
we
agates. I got
have.
a long time ago. Yeah.
So the link is in the description of the video for everybody. Everybody on the show has links, and you can go and look for my links to my store.
There you go. That's the part I
Thanks,
forgot.
Bill.
Ah, I knew I forgot something.
There's my husband. Oh, I love him so much. Look
That's
at that.
Bill. Yeah. A great picture.
He's very
These
patient,
are
man.
really cool little leather and feather, right?
Yeah, so they're a combination of leather, feathers, chain, and beads. And as I work more with leather, I'm learning what I can and can't do with them. And I thought, well, I'll make some earrings to wear. But when I got my earrings and pendant set from Mark Anderson, I realized that my one ear is closed. I don't know if everybody can see that. That's an earring. So it matches this beautiful silver pendant that I had commissioned. I don't know if you guys remember, we had Mark on. He'll be again back this season.
Mark's actually in chat right now.
He did this. Is he? Oh, hi. Thank you so much for this.
Sure
You know,
is.
he is such an awesome man. He included so many extra little gifts, and I am so grateful. So thank you very much, Mark. You're awesome. Can't wait to have you on again.
And
Yeah, I
the
was
stuff
looking
he
at those.
makes, the quality is fantastic.
Oh,
I wear a
awesome.
ring
Yes.
from him every day, and it's
Oh, make him
Quality
big.
is
Let's see that
amazing.
ring. Show it off. Oh, wow. Look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
beautiful.
and just
Yeah,
like you, I got
Very
the
cool.
carving.
Yes. Oh, look at the back. It's got the
Yeah.
footprint too. Oh,
Yeah,
Mark, you are amazing.
he's the best.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, Matt, I was looking at that pair of earrings with the leather and the feathers, and Matt, I think those would look good on you with that skull cap you're wearing.
Absolutely.
Now, is this your
So
where
yeah,
where
so
this
so
piece
this is
started?
where I'm teaching myself intaglio, and it's very hard. So I have kind of put it aside for the time being until I get a cabbing machine. I cannot get a good flat polish on that, even with my Dremel, and I have tried a million different things. It is getting so thin that I just was like, you know what? Let's just put it aside, and we'll finish learning when we have better equipment.
So explain intaglio for
Okay.
those who might not know.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take a clear or clearish crystal, and you're going to carve into the back side of, so decide what the front is, and then you're going to carve into the back, and you can basically carve like the Greek did. They did like whole scenes of like people extending their arms and holding grapes or whatever. I meant circles. You got to start somewhere, right?
It looks really cool.
But is
Thank
is
you.
the end result
Yeah.
the light shining through to give it that 3D? Is that the whole? Okay,
Yep.
interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty awesome, personally. All right, let's see. I think we're going to painting now.
Oh yeah, that's this painting right here. So
Uh-huh. That should be on its way to me shortly.
I didn't know you were serious when you said you wanted it.
Yeah, I
It
said it
has
was serious.
a
when I
million
said I
different
wanted it.
little hidden things inside of it. So it was a poor painting
Yeah,
that I
it's so
took,
cool.
and yeah, thank you.
And I believe you told me that one represents
I
how you
love it.
feel in the morning when you wake up.
Like a free bird? Yeah, I'm always a free bird.
Right.
There's that
That's
sick
the little
microscope. Get on
Yeah.
Temu. I'm
And
gonna put
There
it in
you
the
go.
comments real
another
quick.
real-
I
Yeah,
already
good
wrote it
idea.
down.
I
I
know.
want one of those bad. Want to get one for Andrew.
Right? And I forget her name. What is her name?
Oh,
Oh, that is Fiona. She was given to us. Well, not really given. She was abandoned in our yard. She had her ear full of feces and she was covered in doo-doo. And we took her to the vet and she didn't have a chip. And I watched around the local things. Nobody claimed her. So we kept her, named her Fiona. The vet was like, oh, she is so stinky. We hadn't given her a name yet. She goes, she's stinky, but she is so beautiful. You should call her Fiona. So that's how she got her name.
Okay. Okay. And Fiona is next to a book cover that you made, right?
Yes. Yes. So this is, let me back up a little bit. This is one of my biggest projects I've done. It holds a notebook that I'm actually using. So one of the things when you have ADHD is you forget to use your notebooks. You forget to use your planners. And this thing is so big and beautiful, it's hard to forget it, So it's
There you go.
helping me. But I learned how to do like the inlay of cabs. These
I
are all
like this.
cabs. These are moonstone.
Nice.
And then
Wow,
that's a big old labradorite cab.
that's gorgeous.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now,
Will-
Kirsten, you
William
have come a long way. Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
William Marcus replied back to what I said about that picture representing you when you get up in the morning, and he said, "Yep, before coffee."
That's great. So Kirsten's come a long way in her journey. I'm assuming this picture is on here because you want to show it.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, so the last time I updated, you can leave that up for a second. The last time I
Okay.
updated my YouTube videos about making a Dremel, okay, so I like to work dry when I work fluorite or calcite, and so I created a box that you could hook up a wet dry vac, or you can just work in there in the dust and you won't get any outside. I haven't used it in a while, but it's amazing. But you can see that was 2019 versus a few months ago before I got my new Tiffany glasses.
So,
Very
Kirsten,
cool.
I was up there. Let's see, July will be 2 years since I was up there. How much since then?
I thought I was protected.
Sorry.
Um,
Sorry.
I have no idea what you said, David.
July will be 2 years since I was up to where you are at, and you
Will
had
it
started
be?
this. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be 2 years pretty
goodness.
soon. And you had really started this weight loss routine and everything then. What's the journey been, and how much since then?
So I have officially lost 108 pounds so far from my
Wow,
heaviest at 367. And it's
wow.
all from diet and just a little tiny bit of walking, that sort of thing, strength training exercises. I'm a personal trainer, so I know what I need to be doing. I'll just say when I got in my accident, I lost the ability to walk. I had emergency back surgery. I was depressed because I was climbing mountains. I was bagging all the peaks on the Wasatch Range, and I was training to be a cop in Sandy City, Utah. So I was running every day. I was doing my push-ups. I was doing my high jumps. I went and did the testing, and I passed it all. I did the typing test, and I passed it with flying colors. I was just getting ready, but I was working corrections in a mental health facility, and I got hurt. And then everything in my life changed. I got depressed. I laid in bed for a year because I couldn't move. I was on bed rest, and I just gained 10 pounds a week or 10 pounds a month for a year. And so I'm gradually getting that off. But I do have back fusion surgery coming up in July. So I'm working extra hard to get down to a certain weight. I have 42 pounds to go. So
You're
I'm
gonna do it.
kicking butt.
Fantastic.
I'm kicking
Got it.
butt.
Well, and
Thank you.
Kirsten, what you were doing, you were doing basically the same thing that I am now. I work in the same thing, a mental health facility for those who are criminally insane, and it is a dangerous environment. So the fact that you were even working there and what you were going through, I think that's a pretty good telltale of your personality and what you care about, because you put yourself into everything that you do.
I do. I care about people. I've always worked with special education. I've always worked with handicapped people. Never thinking that I would be handicapped myself.
Right.
It's interesting to see things from the other side. But yeah, it was. I'm an adrenaline junkie. That's why I want to be a cop. I love the fight or flight, the run, the when stress hits me, I am the calmest you've ever seen me. Like, I could handle anything. So,
Well, I can say
wanna-
one thing.
I want to get back to it. We'll see.
Disability or not, you play Queen of the Rock Mountain better than anybody I've ever met.
I'm bossy. I'm sorry. Just so you
Put
know.
that bucket there. Grab that rock there. Put it in this bucket here. Hey, you got one over here.
That's mine.
We had a blast.
Put
We had
that
a
in my
blast there,
bucket.
didn't we?
Yeah, I can't wait till you come down again. It's going to be so much fun to hang out with
I'm
you.
looking forward to it.
There you go. All right, what's this about?
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so that's just a sign that I made and painted, and I love this. A good friend of mine, Bobby Drake, bought it from me. She actually commissioned it. It said winter, and there's a few of the
Okay, I
other
was wondering
snowmen
where the
missing.
other letters were.
But-
okay.
Yeah, I just love how it looks 3D, but it's flat. So,
Awesome work.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
adorable.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
thank you.
Kind of reminds me of
Now,
some
is this-
rocks I seen somewhere.
So for about 15
what
years
is
of my
this?
life, I was a tour bus driver, meaning I would take people on vacations. So my job,
Nice.
I would take people to destinations and then I'd be there. So it was like a working vacation. And that was Mount Moran in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yeah, beautiful place, national park. That is
I
a
love it.
So cute.
Thank you. That is a fireman painting I did for my son. He was burned when he was 2 years old by some hot oil. And he went to camp every summer. It's called Utah Burn Camp. And that was one of the things I made for one of their fundraisers, which sold for a
nice.
good chunk of change. Yeah.
I bet it did. It's beautiful.
Oh, some of my very first cabs and jewelry right there.
Wow.
So don't let anyone tell you that you have to be a silversmith. You can go out and find findings, cut your cabs, make them to fit, and then put them in, and they look gorgeous. Who cares
Yep.
if it's not silver? You know, you got to get your start somewhere.
Can we see those again for just a minute,
Right.
Courtney?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
If you look at these, and she's talking about some of these being her first, and where I think all of us here do some cabbing. Most of us have equipment that's made for cabbing, but Kirsten does not do this on a cabbing machine. That's why she
That's
has
right.
the Dremel Lapidary group.
She's a DIY
She does this stuff with a
girl,
Dremel.
too.
Right.
Um,
Amazing work. That's not easy to
Right.
do on a Dremel.
It is not easy to do on a Dremel, 100%.
not.
Like, I know you guys are laughing. It's funny. Every time she puts up a photo, I think I'm protected, and then I end up looking like a dragon. I'm not a dragon lady, I promise.
Well, especially when she tells us before the show, guys, you got to make sure you can't smoke, you can't do this, you can't do that.
You know what? It's
Right.
fine. What are you going to do? Fire me? Tammy asked a great question going back to
What did
those
Tammy ask?
first things. What do you use to hold the stone in? So those ones use E6000.
okay.
That's it. Yeah. So E6000 is a great, I don't know, glue for that purpose. You can use it on leather because it bends. It's not like super glue. Never use super glue. It will dry, crack, harden, and then your stone will fall out.
Now,
Right.
is Tammy talking about what you use to hold them in the setting with, or
I
what
think
you
so.
are using
Yeah.
to hold them to cab with?
I just assumed it was what was holding it into the setting. Yeah.
Yeah, to
Okay.
hold the stone in.
Just
yeah,
to hold the stone.
Yeah.
And that's what I use is E6000.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, she says she has some of that. Yeah, she says.
Okay.
Kelly says the super glue also will yellow. So
Right.
Yep.
okay,
Yes, it will. It will yellow. It's gross.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a
Raven.
raven I painted. That's one of my ravens. My painting is, if you haven't noticed, is very cartoony. I do not go for realism at all. I love the abstract, and I just love cartoonies. It's a happy kind of painting.
Well, I think there's enough realism
Yeah.
in life without having to put it in all of your art, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Most
Right?
definitely.
So that is back when I was doing jewelry full time. I would set up at work, and my coworkers would all buy from me. They were wonderful people at the Bus Barn in Canyons
Nice.
in Sandy, Utah. And that is where I met my 85-year-old partner for climbing mountains. He would climb every mountain I climbed. We bagged a lot of peaks together. Wonderful guy. His name's Nolan. In case you're watching, Nolan. Hi.
Cool. Very cool.
So I used to make a lot of
That's
rock
cool.
trees. And then I
Nice.
kind of was like, what if I did a rock explosion up the entirety of it? So I
Right.
built it on a tile, on a rock, and then I built all these rocks to go around it. And then it was huge. It was probably 2 feet tall. And then
Oh, wow.
everyone, like my sister, my mom, and my favorite sister-in-law got one.
Very cool. Very cool.
So
Wow,
this
that's
is lucent
beautiful.
variscite. It is
Variscite,
one of
yeah.
the best stones to carve and cut with a Dremel.
Really? Now, why is that?
It doesn't undercut as
Oh, okay.
much as when you would try to cut it, say, with a cabbing machine. And it takes a polish really quickly, so you don't have to take it up to like 50,000. 3,000 and you're
Right.
good to go.
Now, the undercutting, would that be because you're having to use less pressure on it, or a different type of pressure than you would with a cabbing machine? Any secret to that?
I don't know the secrets.
Now, that's not what I'm told. You know lots of secrets.
Oh, I love this opal. Oh my.
So
What is this?
So
Yeah,
this
that's
is Utah's bubble opal. Okay, look how
Really?
ugly that is. It's ugly.
How
I
ugly.
think Utah bubble opal is. They also call it bacon opal. They call it all kinds of things.
Uh-huh.
But what
My
that
favorite.
is this section of white that has been cut out. Okay, so you're not using any of this colored stuff. You're using the very thick white sections that you can get. Put it back up again, please, Courtney. And then you can see that is completely flat. That is just those bubbles showing through from
That's really neat.
yeah. So that's like a very small cabin. It's worth $300 now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Isn't that
Very
amazing?
cool.
And
Yeah,
it comes from the bacon opal. Some people call it
Interesting.
all red fire opal because Vince Allred used to have the mine for it. But it's now owned by Rock Dreams, so
Okay.
they're based out of Twilla. Oh, that is my witchy hutch. So that's just one of my paintings I've done.
Okay.
I love this material. So
Ooh.
this material is from Mammoth Mountain Mine or Mammoth Mine in Eureka, Utah. It is a composite of like malachite, azurite,
You're right. And
Shuckite,
Chrysocolla.
whatever, all
Shuckite,
of
yeah.
that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
Yeah.
that was showing polished before and
Wow.
Yeah, that
after with the
That's a
with
nice
the Dremel.
polish.
Yep,
Wow.
did that with
and,
the Dremel.
and that's not stabilized. That's just the natural
Nope.
stone.
Yep.
That's nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
This
Wow,
was
that's
one of my
neat.
very first projects I ever did. This was for my mom and dad. The pendant was for my mom, the buckle for my dad. And that is some silver lace calcite from Calico, California.
Right.
Gorgeous.
Pretty.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I like the way that you made them something matching. That's neat.
So Nolan, he said, "Oh, will you make me a painted rock?" And I said, "Okay." And he's like, "Paint it for my wife." They were having their 50th or 60th anniversary. I don't remember what it was. And I said, no problem. And I made them this huge, like 2.5 foot tall sign that is still hanging in his living room. His dear wife, Kay, passed away a couple years ago, but the sign's still hanging there. It's
That's
very
really cool. Yeah, that's nice. All right.
So down in east of Utah Lake, down past Salt Lake as you're going past Orem, there is an old steel mill, and they had, to make steel, you have to have fluorite. That's part of the float. And they had closed that mine down, or the steel mill, and I went down with Vince Allred and a few other people and collected a whole bunch of fluorite that was shipped in from all across the world. And that was just one of the pieces we found on the ground, just hanging out.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's so cool. So cool.
So that's some
neat.
root beer
What is that?
agate. Root beer agate, root beer calcite. That
Calcite,
was
yeah.
polished with the Dremel.
Crazy. I love it.
That's really neat.
Yeah,
I like the
to go
contours
out
of
and collect it.
Very cool.
Yeah, I have quite a lot of that. It's fun to carve. It's easy to carve with the Dremel.
Now, when you do something
Okay.
like that, Kirsten, do you use the flexible disc so it doesn't have to be all flat? You can kind of get into some of the curved areas and leave some of that natural in there. Does that work pretty good for you with the Dremel?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
with
so instead of having to grind it down completely flat, they have the flexible disc that you can get for a Dremel that'll kind of, move with the curvature of the stone so that you can get in some of those pockets and stuff. Is that what that looked like? That's what that was. It didn't look like you had ground that down flat.
I took my Dremel diamond bits and I ground it down flat, and then I polished it, and I used wood. So I make my own wood polishing things thanks to Mark, if he's still here. There is actually the link for the things that you use for that in the description. Let me show you. I have them right here.
So that was actually flat then. I mean, looking at
You're
that,
saying
I thought.
No, it's
flat?
not flat.
No,
It's got
it's
holes
flat.
in it.
Okay.
It's not
all right.
flat. Okay, I don't have them, but I thought I did. Sorry.
You can do things with the Dremel you can't do on a cabbing machine.
That's correct.
Yeah, of course.
You can do a lot
Yeah.
with the
A
Dremel.
lot of
Right.
things. Yeah. Yeah. So, Ryan, can you ask your favorite question?
What is your favorite gemstone?
I don't know. They're all my favorites. I love amethyst, and I always will. Everything. I have so much amethyst. It's one of my favorites. Amethyst. Yeah.
Okay. And
Heck
what's
yeah.
the one rock you wish you could wipe out of existence?
Kirsten's own question.
Is there
Moldavite.
one?
Moldavite. 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 Moldavite.
Okay.
Moldavite. Moldavite.
I knew that was coming.
Right.
Wow.
I love the woo-woo stuff, but some people take it to the extreme, and that Moldavite exploded on TikTok for a while, and that's all anybody would talk about, and it's like, come on, grow up. Let's talk about something else.
Right.
Well, and that in turn
Right.
created a real market for fake moldavite that was really being
Yes.
sold in a lot of places because
Absolutely.
of that explosion.
A
Yeah.
lot of melted
Right.
down Heineken bottles. Mhm.
Right?
A lot of it. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So you do a lot of DIY stuff as far as your equipment and all of that kind of stuff. How
So
did
basically,
you start
most
doing
of
that?
it is DIY, because what got me into the lapidary side of things is I took a class with Rick Dalrymple, probably saving his name wrong, and Zeke. And I was a student in their school, and they ended up shutting down. And I lost the ability to use all the trim saws and the cabbing machines. And I got home and I was like, what am I going to do? I have like a ton of rock already, and I need to polish this. And so that started my journey. I got onto YouTube. I couldn't find a single video on how to do it. And so I said, I'm going to find a solution to this problem. I'm going to make videos while I do this, just in case there is someone else out there like me who also wants to start, doesn't know what to do. And that's where I invented my leather disc polishing system. And I shared my my setup. If you go back to my very first videos on here on YouTube, you will see like it was 2 5-gallon buckets connected to this great big tall tower that had water coming down, and I could use a drill and a Dremel, one on each side. And that's how I would polish my stones until I got a flat lap. That flat lap ended up breaking, so I got another homemade flat lap. I have never owned like proper equipment. Everything is DIY. Like even my tile saw is from Harbor Freight. I've had it for 7 years. It's never broke on me. I just switch out the blade every few years and I'm good to go.
So let's change your statement there just a little bit, because what you said, you've never owned proper equipment. What you've never owned is the customary manufactured equipment.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what you use is proper for you. What you use it for, you use in a proper manner, and you know the safety, and you teach the safety and all of that. So, you know, it's proper equipment.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
for me it is.
Right.
And I hope for the viewers, and I hope for the viewers
looks like Bubbles from Trailer
And
Park
let's
Boys.
face it, a lot of us use tile saws. A lot of us use tile saws. Tammy wants to know what's your favorite part of doing lapidary.
The forming of the stones. So going in and getting the grind on and really like setting that shape. That's my favorite. What I hate the most is getting through like 7 sets of different polishing things and then finding out I have scratches and I have to go back and redo the whole thing.
Right. Okay.
It teaches patience.
Yeah. So you always inspect. Use your magnifying glasses and inspect after each stage and wash your stones.
Yeah, and dry them as well.
Yes.
Your
Yes,
scratches
wash them
will
dry.
pop out if they're dry.
Absolutely.
What was the very first thing you ever made, Kirsten?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have so many things that I've made that I could never tell you what the first thing I made was.
Hey,
Well,
so
then the follow-up question to that doesn't matter.
your favorite
Go ahead, Matt.
rock, amethyst, and your least favorite, moldavite. But what's your favorite to work with, and what's your least favorite to work with?
So my absolute favorite to work with is this stone, the one that we're doing the giveaway for, which is honeycomb calcite, because it takes such a beautiful polish at 600. And then you can acid polish it after that. So you don't have to put in so much work. It's just like the shaping, which to me is the fun part.
Okay. Your picture froze up on us, but we can still hear you.
Uh-oh, we lost her for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She'll be right back. She's going to jump out and back in.
Well,
Really
and- yeah.
interesting stuff.
It
She is so fun to talk to and just to learn. You know, she does so much cool stuff. It's like I
And
could talk to her all night.
When you get to sit with her and talk to her in person, it's just never ending.
Yeah.
She's a wealth of knowledge.
She
And
is.
she loves to share it, and she's just such a down to earth, real person. She doesn't hide her feelings. She just tells you the way it is. But she's so
Right.
kind and loving. She's an amazing lady. I'm honored to be able to work with her in this group. It's awesome for all of us, and I think we all kind of feel the same way about it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
When I first
Welcome
met
back.
Kirsten, it was in her groups, and I was kind of a hardcore person in those groups. I don't remember how Kirsten and I got to talking, but she started working with me because I could be really black and white. I could be a little bit rude, and Kirsten started talking to me and coaching me in some things. Next thing I know, she was asking me to be admin in her group, and I'm like, wow, this is a big change. But that's how Kirsten works with you. That's the person that she is.
Yep.
We're all about education here, and for me, like educating people the correct way on what things are, especially if you're into metaphysical stuff, you really need to learn the science behind these stones. You need to learn what is soluble in water, what is gonna, poison you. I don't want people drinking malachite water.
Yes.
So, there's a lot of
Right.
things that go into this that you got to be careful. Like, always safety first, always.
Right.
And what to
Yeah.
do with mud fossils.
Throw them in the trash. Block them. They have-
I had to go there.
They have a lot of really good arguments, but at the same time, it's stupid. So, yeah.
There's no
Not
science
a
behind
fan. Not a fan.
it. Not a fan.
Hey,
Right.
Tammy wants to know, what is your have-to-have tool and why?
My Dremel. So let me show you which Dremel I prefer, because that's an easy one. So it's called the Dremel Micro,
I have to agree with that.
and
Okay.
it is rechargeable. It takes 2 hours to get a full charge, and it works for half an hour. And you could get a lot done, especially if you're working with fluorite or calcite, in a half an hour. So that's my favorite.
What,
Nice.
Kirsten,
still
what
use
makes you like
corded.
what
No,
makes
go
you
ahead.
like the rechargeable versus the corded?
I do also use a small corded. This is my in-house item. So these are, when I'm outside, I'm using my 4000 or my 3000 with the flex shaft and the thing. But when I'm working inside and I'm just touching up, I use the micro, and I use the stylo. And I love the stylo because you hold it like a pencil. It has this built-in little hole. You can see I've changed that out so I can fit any bit. That is probably, if you're going to spend $10, get it. It's worth it because you can
Yes.
use any bit. It doesn't matter. And then it has, your speed on a little dial here. But this will work forever. It's handheld like a pen. It's perfect.
Well, Kirsten, the Dremel versus a flex shaft. How much of a difference? I mean, what do you find there?
I do recommend, if you have the money, to invest in a flex shaft, in a, what is it called? The
Fordham.
Fordham. Yeah. So if you can get on to find, even a used Fordham is going to be better than a Dremel. They have higher torque. You can do a lot more of pushing into the stone, whereas with the Dremel, you actually really have to just let the diamond do the work.
But it's the same skill set. You're still doing something that is not using the typical cabbing machine, right? And so
Right.
you're doing still Dremel work, basically.
And you can get the attachments for the Dremel that you would use for the Fordham. You can get a foot pedal. You just have to know where to get it from. Nail salon supply stores are great for that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, and they have Dremel makes a little workstation vice press thing where you can hang your Dremel and attach your flex shaft and, drill holes. It's a whole thing. I have one. I love it.
Yeah, it works really great for drilling holes for sure.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about the Dremel, I have been seeing people making different pieces of equipment with 3D printers to hold the
Yes.
Dremel in different positions, to hold different bits and help with some of the work. Have you got into that yet, Kirsten? Have you found anybody to make you some?
I don't really need it. I'm used to the equipment. I use it all the time. So I do have one of the little handheld attachments, but it's not necessary. It's just an extra thing that, for if that's what you want, yeah, go for it. But it's just an extra thing you don't need.
Too much work for me. Hey, I take the lazy way out. I bought a cabbing machine. It was more to my skill set.
So Bill asked, what would be your most unique piece you've made? And I got to say, it is this weird, stupid hand that I made. And I use it to hold my sage. So it looks like a big blunt.
That's hilarious.
I like
All
that.
with the Dremel. Yeah. That was one of my first videos. One of my very, like, if you scroll way down, you'll find it.
So you have an instructional video on how to make that then?
I do, yeah.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
So Tammy wants to know something to change a collet size. So what you want to do is you want to get the universal bit. If I can find my Dremel and pull it out again. So it's this. This will hold every type of 1/8 and the skinnier ones and maybe a little bit fatter, not up to 1/4 inch, which is the drill size, but it does hold all of them. And then, you know, it works really good. You just hold it and then screw it. It opens up and you stick your stuff inside that you're going to use.
Andrew just brought me the giveaway numbers.
Is it that
Are
time
we
already?
already ready for that?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
We're an hour
Matt,
in, yeah.
Okay, Ryan,
Time
let's
flies.
have Matt show us what the giveaway is tonight. Guys, everybody that watches live, that comments in the comment section, gets entered into this drawing every week. And then just remember, everybody that commented tonight, you're going to be entered in my big giveaway at the end of the season.
So, a 21 gram piece of piece of Laramie.
Did you see that face?
Moldavite! No!
21 grams.
Courtney's gone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Courtney
Okay.
had to dip, but 21 grams of Laramie.
That's
All
a
right.
lot. And Larimar's good stuff. We love Larimar here.
All right,
Stuff,
cheers,
it's
Tim.
expensive
You
stuff.
pick
What was it?
1 through 13.
13. Okay, let's see. 7.
7 was Frank Brown.
Good job, Frank.
Seven's
You are a
a
lucky
good
winner
grade.
tonight.
7's a
So-
popular number.
I'm in charge again. Okay, so let me
Funny.
put this back.
Fran, you
So-
won! Fran!
Contact us with your mailing address and we will get that sent out to you right away. Rock Talk Lapidary. And if you have any other questions about anything, you guys can send it here. Or if you want to be featured in our special spotlight, then please go ahead and add that there. Let's
Tammy said, woohoo! Or Twyla.
Make us all
Twyla,
equals.
His wife, said, woohoo!
awesome.
Now, don't forget your Rock Talk Lapidary weekly podcast stickers. These we had specially made
Oh, yeah.
just for our viewers, and there are 2 ways that you can get these. We sell these for $2 a piece, and there's a link that you can go to request them, or you can buy 10 of them for $1.75 each, or another way, you can actually, if you buy one of our products, like I sell pop sockets, Ryan does slabs, Kirsten does her art, Brad and Matt both have what they sell. We throw these in the packages when we send things off. So make sure and get one of these, get enough of them to pass out to your friends and tell everybody about the show so that we grow and become a bigger family.
They are waterproof, so you can stick them on tumblers. You can stick them on your anything. So.
Car
Saws.
windows.
We put them on our saws. It's held up the time so far.
Right.
It's just hanging on there.
Thought
Cool.
about making earrings out of them.
You might find
Oh,
them on
did you?
Do
gas
it.
pumps in North Florida. You might find them on some gas pumps, you know.
There you go.
I
Right next
love
to
that.
mine.
You're so bad. I might have to do that too.
Matt, I started laughing in the middle of the show because you pulled your glasses down and you looked like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. You were looking
Yes!
at laughing so hard.
Bubbles!
So hard.
Not nice, Ryan.
Oh, well, what a good show tonight. It was weird being the one in the hot seat. I can tell you that much. And I look forward to not being in the hot seat the rest of the season. So,
Thinking about it going from my show, like you interviewing me on my first show I was ever on here, to now all of us interviewing you is kind of surreal.
Right?
That's awesome, Ryan. Thank you.
Well, and way back when, it was mostly like Kirsten and I there in the beginning. It was kind of the same way. I mean, it was just a little different. We kind of interviewed each other all the time.
Yeah, we did. We didn't know what else to do. We were learning.
We were having fun. That's what it's about.
We're
To
still
have
learning.
fun.
I'd be bored if I wasn't learning.
Yeah. We come here to learn. Absolutely. You did a great job, Kirsten.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
You did good there, bud.
Thanks, bud. Hey.
Hey.
That's how they talk up here.
Hey.
Don't you know there, bud?
Okay, well, what a great show tonight. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Matt, do you have any final statements?
I do. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for having us all here. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. Appreciate the opportunity to be in the group. And, it shows in the commentary that lots of other folks appreciate you as well.
Well, thank you, Matt. Okay, I just want to say something about Matt while he's not here and he cannot defend himself. And that is, as far as all of my admins go in the Facebook groups for Rock Talk, Rock, whatever the groups are. Anyways, thanks, Matt. You've been with me since the beginning, and I appreciate you. All right, let's go to Brad. What do you have to say, Brad?
I just want to tell you thanks, Kirsten, for everything you've helped me with over the years and just being a friend to me. It means a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And I love seeing your work and learning from you. Thank you much.
Yeah, I love you too, Brad. You know what? I'm really glad that we're friends and that you lived right down the road, so we can go out and do some fun digging this summer. I'm looking forward to it. All right. I just cut him off. I'm so rude. All right, Dave, let's hear from you.
Well, Kirsten, I don't get much of an opportunity to tell you. You do a great job on this show. And I think, all the way back to the rock and mineral identification groups. You started those. They have a great following.
That's what
you
they're
coached
called.
me and worked with me because I'm that typical ex-truck driver, but all of the trust and everything that you gave me, it's a great honor to be able to work with you and to be able to, you made me admin of 4 or 5 different groups, and you just do such a fantastic job bringing people into your part of the family, and I really appreciate it. And I love this show, and thank you for putting it together. And thank all of our people out there, all of our viewers for coming and watching it.
That's right.
You too, Ryan.
Thank you, everybody. Hi. Okay, bye, Dave. Okay, Ryan.
Well, you know that I love you. We talk a lot. I don't know. I love the knowledge that you share and all the different things that you do. But most of all, just thanks for having me and Andrew here. We appreciate it all the time. And we just want to help everything grow and be able to teach everything to everybody that we can. And we appreciate you tons.
I love you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Give Andrew a big hug for me, okay?
Hey, dude, she said I had to give you a hug, but I'm not gonna. But that was from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's from me, for sure. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. I know I'm super awkward when I am in the hot seat. And there was a million things I wanted to talk about, a million things I wanted to teach you. And I just hope that you continue tuning in. We're going to have some really great guests. In fact, next week, we are having Lapidary Dave back with a special guest that he has invited. So please come back, tune in. Remember, every time you watch and comment, you're entered into the big drawing. We're going to be adding to the drawing every week, so that's going to be super fun. And I just hope you guys have an excellent weekend. Go out and do some rock hounding, even if it's just looking in your neighbor's yard. All right. Well, you guys keep on rocking.
Great show,
Great
guys.
show, guys. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.